Hello dear students, welcome to physics online sessions. In the previous class, we discussed about electromotive force and how battery works and also about drift speed. In this video, I would like to teach about Ohm's law. So this Ohm's law was introduced by the scientist, German physicist. His name is George Simon Ohms. So George Simon Ohms is the scientist who introduced the law that is called Ohm's law. The Ohm's law states and explains. What explains? The Ohm's law explains the relationship between three factors. The first one is potential difference. It is also called as a voltage. So voltage denoted with V, and current denoted with the I, and resistance denoted with the R. The Ohm's law explains about the relationship between these three factors, that is voltage, current and resistance. We know well about potential difference. So potential difference means the work done to move a positive charge from one point to another point by applying some force. It is called potential difference. It is also called as a voltage. And also we learnt about what is current. The flow of electrons through the conductor is called current. Then what about resistance? Resistance nothing but a obstruction of flow of electrons. For example, just imagine it is a conductor. For example, this point to this point is a conductor. Some electrons are flowing through this conductor. Just assume that some electrons flowing through this conductor. When these electrons are flowing, if any obstruction are there to stop the flow of electrons, that obstruction is called resistance. So resistance obstructs the flow of electrons. So that is resistance. It is also a constant. So the Ohm's law explains the relationship between these three factors. Let's know what is Ohm's law states. Ohm's law states that at a constant temperature, the current flow through the conductor, the current I flows through a conductor directly proportional to the potential difference, means voltage of two ends of that conductor is called Ohm's law. So Ohm's law, according to Ohm's law, we can write the formula. Look at here. At a constant temperature. So just imagine this constant temperature as a resistance. Why I taken this constant temperature as a resistance? Because, for example, this is a conductor. This is a conductor, and it is a point A. It is the point B. Between the potential difference between these 2 points is called voltage. Already we know. And some electrons flow through this conductor. That electrons, the flow of electrons is called current I. Then look at here. These electrons are flowing continuously. While that electrons are flowing from the point A to B, due to the obstruction of some positive charges. Just imagine, due to the obstruction of some positive charges, the electrons collide with these positive charges. These electrons that are flowing from A point to B, while these electrons are flowing from the point A to B, due to the obstruction of these positive charges, when these are the positive charges, these electrons are collide with protons, means positive charges. When these electrons collide with the positive charges, automatically these electrons lose energy in the form of heat. So heat means nothing but a temperature. So as I said, resistance nothing but obstruction. So that obstruction, how we can measure? If the temperature increases, means resistance is there. some temperature, some heat is produced means resistor is there, because when there is a resistor, when there is a obstruction, that time only energy, I mean electrons losses energy means temperature increases. That's why that constant nothing but a resistance. So at a resistance, constant resistance, the current flow through the conductor directly proportional to the potential difference. So look at here, from this statement we can write a formula. Look at here, the current flows through a conductor. For example, current flowing through a conductor is I, directly proportional to the voltage. So that is directly proportional to the voltage. So this is the statement of Ohms. So Ohm's law state that the current flow through the conductor directly proportional to the potential difference means voltage. So we can rearrange this equation in this form also. Voltage directly proportional to the current means current increases means voltage increases. Voltage increases means current increases. That's it. So from this we can write voltage V and current I. The ratio of voltage V and current I equal to constant. I said constant means, constant temperature means nothing but a resistance. So we can write V by I equal to resistance. So resistance is represented with letter R. So we can write V by I equal to R. So at here R is resistance. I mean it is a constant. This is Ohm's law. We can draw a triangle V by IR. So it is one kind of triangle. By using this Ohm's triangle, we can find out voltage V, current I and resistance R values. For example, if you want to find out voltage V, then V equal to I into R and current I equal to V by R, and in the third triangle R equal to V by I. Now I am going to describe Ohm's law with an activity. Let's start the activity. Hello students, let's start the experiment to prove Ohm's law. For this I am taking a simple circuit like this. So I frame a circuit with a battery and connecting wires, switch and a bulb. Now I am connecting a voltmeter to measure voltage in the circuit in a parallel way, as well as I am connecting a ammeter to measure the current that flows through the circuit. Now let's start the activity by using a single cell. Observe the readings in the voltmeter, note down in the tabular form, as well as observe the readings of ammeter and note down in the tabular form. By taking these values repeatedly by doing activity, by increasing cells, number of the cells in the circuit, so we can get number of the values like in the table. If we draw a graph by using the values like a voltage and current by taking in the x-axis and y-axis, we will get this graph. So in this graph indicates the values of the current and voltage are constants. The current flows through a conductor directly proportional to the voltage or potential difference in that conductor. So we can write mathematical formula like current I directly proportional to the voltage V. So we can write this equation in another form, voltage V directly proportional to the I, by adding a constant called R to the voltage V. So we can write voltage V equal to I into R. At here R is a constant, it is also called as a resistance. What is resistance? Resistance nothing but a obstruction to the flow of electrons. Do you know why a small battery not gives current shock, but big battery like shown in the figure, it gives electrical shock, because small battery have less potential difference, means less voltage, but big battery have high potential difference. If the battery have more potential difference, means there is a large current in it. That's why we will get current shock when we touch the poles of big or huge battery. I hope you understand about Ohm's law. Do you know, dear students, by depending upon the Ohm's law, we can classify materials in two types. Wow. The first one is ohmic materials and the second one is non-ohmic materials. Ohmic material means the materials which obey to the Ohm's law, they are called ohmic materials. Non-ohmic materials means the substances which does not obey to the Ohm's law, they are called non-ohmic material. In the circuit, I used bulb. If I use a manganese wire instead of the bulb, it is also one of the ohmic material. That's why that manganese wire obeys to the Ohm's law. But instead of manganese wire, if you use nichrome wire, it is one kind of alloy, so it does not obey to the Ohm's law. We can call nichrome as a non-ohmic material. So we can say few examples for the ohmic materials like a copper, manganese are the best examples of ohmic materials. If you take non-ohmic materials like a nichrome, LED and some gaseous conductors, and also most of the alloys are the best example of non-ohmic materials. Now I would like to tell the relationship between current and resistance. What is the relationship between current and resistance? If resistance is more, is current increases or decreases? Yes, you are correct. By increasing resistance power, the flow of current I is decreases. From this you can say current I inversely proportional to the resistance R. This is the today's class. Thank you very much. Keep watching. Just recap what we have learnt in this module. Today we discussed about Ohm's law. What is Ohm's law? Current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across its ends. Mathematically, we can represent V directly proportional to I. We can use the constant R, then V equal to IR. R is a resistance at here. What is resistance? Property of conductor to resist flow of charges or current is called resistance. SI units of resistance ohms.